Hey lads, welcome back to another NRL Fantasy Fanatics YouTube video. As always, joined by Will. How are you tonight, mate?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. How are you?
Yeah, good. Tonight we've got a round wrap up for you and a little buy, hold, sell. Towards the end, we'll just go through the players that we're looking to move on this week and bring in. So, without further ado, we'll get into the first game. We've got Rabbitohs versus the Panthers, the upset of the round. Always good to see Penrith losing, so I was very happy with this result. Topping off the charts, we got Keon Kolomatangi with 70 points, with two tries, a try saver, and a line break, with seven tackle busts and an offload to hand. One of the more attacking games I've ever seen from a player. Before this, Keon's been absolute rubbish. Still no interest from you.
Nah, still no interest in Keon. I think it was a bit of a anomaly of a game, like two tries there for a 70. I would really like Keon if he was playing down the middle, but yeah, not playing that edge, not for me.
Yeah, coming in, tying with Keon at 70, Lindsay Smith, one who you've been very keen on, Will, and we've had in our private group as a pod for about 2 weeks in a row. He's getting 60 minutes a game, and look, barely any attacking stats really. He made 46 tackles, three tackle busts, and just two offloads, and 120 meters gained. He's doing it a lot in base stats, and as you can see, averaging 56. Do you think Lindsay's still a decent option, or is he getting a little expensive for you?
No, I'm still really keen on Lindsay. He did get a couple of extra minutes probably with those HIAs out to who are like Scott Sorensen and that. But yeah, we know what he can do. He's been scoring really well. He is probably a little bit too expensive considering you got other middles around his price that I would almost lean towards. But yeah, I think he's a very interesting pod option and one that could definitely turn into a season-long keeper.
Yeah, do agree with you here. Liam Martin, 66 with a try. Still wouldn't look to bring him in. That heavily inflated his score. He's only averaging 46 with the 66. Just not too fantasy relevant, unfortunately. Jack Cole, 66 points with the try assist, line break assist with four tackle busts. So very attacking dominant there for Cole. With Cleary out, we had a feeling he'd do a lot more attacking, be in a lot more of an attacking role. And yeah, the 66 helps him very much. He's going to skyrocket in price with the -9 break even coming into this week. He could still honestly be a cash down option. You'd argue there might be more secure roles in maybe a Kartoga or a Jenkins even, but Cole is still a decent option. Most people own him, as you can see, 33%, but another great game from him.
I'd say he's
Isaiah
kind of
Yo, one, what's that,
I'd
sorry?
say he's got that spot now after that game. Like I don't know if he won't score that well every single week, just because the like Cleary's just so ball dominant and like even Luai didn't score that well next to Cleary, and Luai is a better player than Jack Cole. But I do think he has that spot, and now for low break even, he could get up to 450k. So yeah, I do agree that you bring in maybe Jenkins or Katoga, but still a very interesting option.
Yeah, yeah. Hopefully he edges it over Blaze Talangi, which he should. I don't think Blaze Talangi is quite fit for Penrith style of gameplay, but we'll see how that plays out. Coming in next, 65, Isaiah Yeo. We told you guys to hold him, and hopefully you listened. I think he'll continue to do that for next majority of the season. No attacking stats as always. 45 tackles, two tackle busts, and just one offload to hand, and only 3 points in error. So he could have had 68 points, and he's going to continue to pump out the 58 to probably 70 each week. So continue to hold. We'll skip over Moses Leota. Jai Gray, one who is a bit interesting, 55 points with a try, a lot of attacking stats there, but with Trell coming back next this week, I'd honestly be interested in Trell moving to the centers and Gray keeping the fullback spot. Would you agree?
Yeah, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think
Yeah,
Wayne's always gotten the best out of him, and I think he is a very, very underrated fullback. He, in my opinion, is one of the best fullbacks in the league.
I think Jai Gray's so overrated. I mean, underrated as well. I don't want to see Jai Gray moving out of a team. He's so good to watch. If I was a coach, which I'm not, I'd put Latrell in the centers and leave Jai Gray at fullback, but that's probably not going to happen with Wayne Bennett. So, look, we'll see how it plays out tomorrow. Jamie Humphries, 54 points, still averaging 68.8 from 80 minutes. There's next to no attacking stats other than, yeah, he just had four missed tackles, which hurt him a little bit. 9 points on error, which would have seen him have 63 points, which would have been amazing for him. Break even still low. He's going to continue to make cash. I just think if you don't own him now, don't bring him in. He's done too much damage, and you're not going to capitalize on much money. So would you agree there? If you don't have Humphreys, don't get him in.
Yeah, I do agree. Yeah, he's maxed out and done as much as he probably can now. Or maybe not maxed out, but yeah, and his scoring, you see, he doesn't get the attacking stats and he doesn't score amazingly there. Or
Yeah,
still scores
definitely hasn't
well, but
maxed out. Hopefully, he can continue to average 60 and he'll still make a fair bit of cash, but
yeah.
you've missed out on most of it now, so I'd hold off him. Can you talk us through Jenkins here? One who we talked about briefly last week, and I thought he was more of a watch, but he's come out and put up a 53, and he's hurt anyone who didn't really get him. So, are you got a lot of interest in him this week?
Yeah, well, he's had a lot of I mean, he had very good base stats there, with no attacking stats, and I do think on Penrith when they get Cleary back, he'll get a couple attacking stats. It was inflated from those free offloads there, and really good running meters. Base teams just to tackle really well, 21 tackles for one misses. So, yeah, I think with that low break even now and that type of price, he is a very very good option to go with this week.
Yeah, I do agree. Cash down option from one of your guys injured, maybe even a Tom Gilbert if you want to cash down 200 and 300, 200 to 300K. Brian To'o, skip over him. Isaiah Papali'i, he's still not getting the minutes, pumping out a decent score there, but he's going to continue to lose cash, unfortunately. 49 break even. Jai Arrow, 50 points from 80 minutes, still not a really irrelevant fantasy option. Same with Davi Moale, his first good score, just minutes. Look, without the try and other attacking stats, he wouldn't have scored that well, so I continue to hold off. Same with Garner. Uh, Dane Laurie was an interesting one. 41 points from 80 minutes. What? Any interest in Dane? Or are you just gonna let him go?
I'm gonna let him go now. I think it was kind of last week or that you had to look at him. I think Edwards is due back round six, so yeah, he's one that I'm letting go. We always knew what he was going to score when playing at the fullback position, and now that he scored it, everyone wants him. But yeah, I wouldn't go near him.
Yeah, Kepi minutes have been down. He was getting about 40. He's getting about 55 to 60 minutes before, but now minutes are down. So avoid. Similar to LeBlanc, minutes are there. Just look. You know what? He could be an interesting option. I
Probably
just
just
probably
watch
wait
another
to
week.
see. Yeah, watch another week. Took the words right out of my mouth. Peter Mamazoulis still getting the 80-minute role, which we love. Two try assists, which was interesting for 39 points. Look, he's definitely still a hold, low break even still. If he averages 45-ish, he's still going to make plenty of cash. So I continue to hold him. I wouldn't say it's an anomaly, but two a try assists for 39 points. You'd expect more from him. The
Well,
five missed tackles.
he had that
Look at
sin
those
bin too.
negatives. Yeah, 10,
So he
15,
gets to
17, 19 points in negative.
he's not
That's,
a 46 without that sin bin.
yeah, 19 points in negative. That sees him at a 58. So look, continue to hold. He would have done very well. Mitch Kenny avoid. Alamotti, one who we thought would do a bit better than he did. 34 points, next to nothing going for him here. Was on goal kicking and did kick three, but yeah, not much going there. 5 points of negative, just not much really happening. So, um, look, is um is Alamotti still an option in your eyes, or or do you just think he's just gonna keep losing money?
Yeah, now that he's lost the goal kicking, I'm not overly happy in his spot anymore. And now that I think he won't really score amazing anymore there. So for me, I'm sort of off Alamotti now.
Yeah, look, he's going to need to score about 50 to make any about 30 more K. So, look, I'd honestly look to move him on or just hold him for another week. Schneider, avoid. Same with Liam Henry, just minutes aren't there. Johnson injured again, unfortunately. It's a big shame. Tallis Duncan, yeah. Look, all these players are avoids really. Minutes aren't there. Task just absolute rubbish. Isaiah Tunga, one who you moved, not Isaiah, Isaac Tunga, one who you moved from your team, Will, which is a smart decision. 21 points from 80 minutes, looking to be one of the bigger duds of the year. So if you got him, which 3% of people do, to move him on immediately. All right, next game. We got the Roosters versus the Titans in the 30-12 flogging. Angus Crichton topping the charts with 70 points from 80 minutes, 27 tackles, a line break, and six tackle busts, looking at his best. So the 6.7% of people that own him are laughing. Talk us through Jaden Campbell here, Will. 64 points with that late try, full field try. Would you be worried as an owner, or are you still looking to bring him in?
Yeah, well, I'd be worried as an owner there. That full field try, I think, probably got him about 25, 30 points, and oh, maybe 20. But
Well,
uh,
he was on about 40 when it happened,
yeah,
40-ish, so about
uh,
15 to 20.
yeah, I think for me, it doesn't make enough tackles to be a premium half. Like you look at Cleary when he's a gun half, he makes 25, 20 tackles with one miss there. And I think he relies a lot on big attacking stats there. When you see 64 for a game like that, where if you see Cleary run 177 meters with 523 kick meters, he's going into the 90s there. He is very top dollar too. So I think there's a couple more players that in a wing fullback or half position I would look at. What are your thoughts on him?
Well, I got him in last week, and the try really made my day. But look, 14 points of negatives isn't going to cut it, and especially in a 18-point win over the Roosters. Just the try really inflated his score. But he is a very attacking dominant player, but I think he's one of the better players in the comp, and I think he will continue to get those attacking stats. So I'm not too worried, but we'll see how next week plays out. Nafahu White, 63 points from 50 minutes, just had an absolutely astounding game with only 3 points of negative, with not a crazy amount of attacking stats beside the four tackle busts and one offload. He's just running the ball so much and making 36 tackles from 50 minutes. He's still a great option with the nine break even this week. Look, he's not even that high. Oh, he is actually 13.4% owned. Mid edge duel, still a good buy. You personally had him in your main team, right? Well,
Yeah, I mean, I own White since the start, and yeah, look, it started off a little bit slow, not as much as I wanted, but the last 2, 3 weeks, not White's really gone big there. 51,
hmm.
69, and 63, getting the minutes. That is with Lindsay Collins back too. Was probably inflated a bit with Radley, but he's gone for a couple of weeks. So yeah, look, I'm all over Nat White, and I still think he could be a buy.
Yeah, I do agree. Zach Docker, Clay, skip over him with Watson back this week. Siwa Wong, one who I'm actually very tempted in, even though I already own three Roosters players. With Radley gone, he's gonna probably get 70 to 80 minutes again, and he's averaging 50. Break even still very low. Are you tempted by Wong at all?
Yeah, I do think Wong could be a good downgrade option for Tom Gilbert, or not really downgrade price for price. But the problem with me, Wong is probably maxed, like not maxed out, but like I don't think if he was another 100K cheaper, I'd be looking a bit more at him. It's like not as much money to be made, but with him getting 80 minutes pretty much, you can probably
Still heaps of money.
yeah, you can
Still
probably put
heaps of
a
money to be
50
made.
average there, which means that Wong is probably a buy. What do you think?
Yeah, I do agree. Still a lot of value in him. Radley out for a few. I think he could be a good short-term punt. Hopefully, he earns a spot when Radley comes back and still keeps getting the 60 to 70 minutes. Both Fermor, bit of a lower one for him. No attacking stats, 8 points, no 6 points are negative. Continue to hold. Break even's going up. Honestly, I'd still look to buy. Still a good option. Brimson, two tries for 49 points. Still not great. 8 points are negative. He's a bit of a liability, personally, if you own him, which 6% do. I'd probably look to hold him for another week, and if he pumps out another 30-ish points, I'd look to move him on. Teddy, 48 points. He's not having his best year. He did play well in this game, but just didn't score
He
well fantasy-wise.
he
Six
killed it
points
in
are
that
negative.
first half.
What's that, sorry?
He killed it in the first half. He was everything.
Yeah, it was one of his better games I've seen him play, and he still managed to get 48 points. So a bit concerning there for owners. Nat Butcher, minutes aren't there. Avoid. Hopefully he gets some more minute roll. Dom Young, avoid. David Fafita, 56 minutes though. We're seeing the minutes up a little bit for 46 points. He's still going to continue to lose money. Hopefully he can become about 550K and then we can pick him up when he's starting. So that'd be great for him. Avoid Randall, avoid Verrills. Lindsay Collins, avoid as well. If he gets more minutes, he could be an interesting one, but hopefully he continues to lose money. Mark Nwanganita-Wase, 66 minutes, not good enough. Try and heavily attacking dominant game, so bit lucky for him there. Tino, talk us through Tino here. 42 points from 63 minutes with a try. After the dominant first week, what's going on with Tino?
Yeah, well, he's gone back, well, not back to back, but round two he had a try, then round four he has a try, and he's a very, very good player, Tino, but not really fantasy relevant. I don't feel like a lot of missed tackles there. You saw it in the first game, a lot of missed tackles there. High break even now. I probably would hold if you did buy him for a couple more weeks. Could move on if you're not a Haas or a Terrell May owner, but yeah, other than that, I think he don't go that try. He goes really, really low there, and it's quite worrying. But for now, I'm holding Tino.
Yeah, same with Rob Toyer, 38. That's good enough for him. No attacking stats whatsoever, except the three tackle busts. Still managed 38. Continue to hold. Who else here that's worth talking about? Sandon Smith, 20 points from 80 minutes. Just not good enough. Look at that. 14 points in negative. Would take him to 34, which would be around his average. I'm going to continue to hold, maybe give him one more week. Break even still lowish, might make a bit of money. He'll just likely sit on my emergencies, if I'm honest, but I'll give him one more week and then decide what to do with him. Here we go. Spencer Lenu coming in at 471K, 16 points from 42 minutes with 12 points of negative. That's shocking. Like, to be quite frank, that is just shocking. Who owns 3% own Lenu, and that 3% are not having a great week. So I'd look to completely stay away from him. The minutes are there for a player you'd think of Spencer Lenu. Just too many negatives and just didn't do much. 69 meters of running. Look, not great for any Lenu owners.
And if you go
Next
down there
game.
still, you see the group went low and we kind of thought he was in a void there. And yeah, we all
Oh,
hope he
Mr.
listens
Group.
to us. Because there's nothing you can really
Yeah,
do
yeah.
with its price now.
Jalen DeGroot, we had him as an avoid, and for good reason. His cup stats, reserve grade stats weren't great. And look, with the try saver, was it? Yeah, try saving tackle and still 14 points. That's ridiculous. And the 2.8% of people who own him, look, I wouldn't move him on, but give him one more week and see what happens. Broncos versus Dolphins. Good game here. Payne Haas, 67 points, and there is a reason for that. 41 tackles, one miss, so no negatives. And then only one offload, which has been the big difference between this game and ones in the past. The reason for those offloads, if you live in Brisbane like me and Will do, on game day, it was absolutely bucketing, which is why he didn't want to give the ball off too much in case he lost it, stuff like that. Absolutely pissing with rain. And in a game that was pretty comfortable for the Broncos, there was no real reason for Haas to offload to begin with. So
Yeah,
I don't think this will continue. And next week you can see him anywhere from 70 to high 80s.
I
So
think this is really
no,
good signs for Haas. He did absolutely
mm,
nothing. Like I was saying to my mate, how has he just scored 67 there? He did nothing and still plugged out of 67. So yeah, you're really, really happy if you're a Payne Haas owner.
yeah, exactly. Shibasaki, one who's still doing well, two tries, two line breaks, and nine tackle busts. One of the more attacking games I've seen. Look, 60, he's not going to continue that. And if you own him, continue to hold. But I probably wouldn't be looking to bring him in. I think there's a lot better options this week for a cheaper price. Max Plath, only 50 minutes with a try and a line break. Look, wouldn't look to bring him in. Honestly, you could give him another week, and if the minutes continue to be 50, I'd look to move him on.
Playing
Marshall
down the middle,
King,
though, if he can get bigger minutes, Plath could be a very interesting
yeah,
option, especially with
that's
Gilbert
why.
gone too.
Yeah, just give him a week with Gilbert out, see what it's like, and then if it's still rubbish, move him on. Marshall King, another good score from him. 55, 49 tackles, three misses. Probably wouldn't be looking to bring him in. Same with Saifidi. Herbie Farnworth, 53 points next to, oh, actually, I lie, 11 tackle busts and two offloads to hand. So attacking dominant game for Herbie without any real tries or try assists or line breaks. 200 meters gained, still a great option. Bit expensive to bring him in, but continue to hold. Jordan Reiki will skip over him being suspended. Avarillo, try, and a few attacking stats there with 16 points in negative. Continue to avoid. Carrigan, just minutes aren't there for him. Unfortunately, he's going to continue to lose cash. Isaiah Katoa, one who is becoming really interesting as a pod, averaging 56 this year with another 50-point game. Do you have any interest in Isaiah Katoa or just the negatives too much for you?
Yeah, I was about to say that I've got a lot of interest in Isaiah Katoa. I did not think he was going to do this. He is playing incredible football and one that I am quite tempted to go with. I think you see no attacking stats in this game, and for such an attacking dominant half there, I do think that you can see a improvement in his score there when he gets those attacking stats. If that's his base with six missed tackles in that game, I'm more than happy to have him. Two offloads to hand, he's a good offloader, and he does most of the kicking in this team. So yeah, I've got a lot of interest in Isaiah Katoa, and I wouldn't be surprised if I move Sandon Smith on Isaiah Katoa this week.
Mm. Corey Pakes, 46 points, 51 minutes with a try, and what's that, a line break? Look, attacking dominant again. I feel like Pakes has been very fortunate with his attacking stats this year, and look, I still don't have any interest in Pakes. 51 minutes really isn't good enough. Renault, a lot of people would have brought him in this week after his dominant week last week. 45 points, not good enough. Next to no attacking stats in a win. I wouldn't be looking to bring him in, but for the 7% of people that own him, still continue to hold. He'll likely bounce back. Hammer, look, I'm not interested in Hammer whatsoever. Avoid. Katoni, first game back for Katoni, scored the try, 43 points, five missed tackles, and 12 negatives. Still, I've got no interest in Katoni, unfortunately. Gachevsky, 38 points from 72 minutes. Had a better game, viewing wise, but look, the points just aren't there for him. Not making enough cash. Break even's lowish, so continue to hold. And the big one of the game, Tom Gilbert, 80 minutes, but copped an injury, suspension late. What are you doing with Tom Gilbert personally? Will you moving him on?
Yeah, well, when he made that try, when he made that line break, I was really excited to be like, this would be a good Tom Gilbert game. Then he proceeded to miss 10 tackles. It was in the wet, but as I said it all preseason. If I missed it to myself, I would have been ranked higher. He was never a buy, in my opinion. Missed a lot of tackles and was never really a proven gun. So yeah, I do think that Gilbert is time for him to go, personally.
Yeah, do agree. There's so many options this week. Even a Toby Couchman, who we're interested in, just moving down here. Walsh, another rubbish game. I think he's one of the most overrated players in the comp. Can't stand Walsh if I'm honest. Sorry, Broncos fans. Move him on immediately. Um, he down here. Hetherington, another one. Move on. He's just going to keep losing cash. All right, next game. We've got Dragons versus Storm in the second biggest upset of the round. Or actually, no, I'd say this is the biggest upset of the round.
I'd say the
Not
Tigers
really
losing.
fantasy. What's that, sorry?
I'd say the Tigers losing was quite an upset.
No, I don't think it was. Warriors are actually pretty good. Not really too fantasy relevant this game. Liero, no one really owns Liero. Grant, a bounce back game for him. 57. He's still going to continue to lose cash, unfortunately. Still, the average of 45 isn't good enough. I'd honestly look to move him on.
I
Eli
wouldn't.
Katoa, try assist, line break assist, 25 tackles, and a tackle bust with four offloads to hand. Very attacking dominant and still only 53. The big game is coming for Eli Katoa, and the people who have him are just waiting for it. I can feel it coming. The try is coming. Jaden Sewer, talk us through Jaden Sewer. You've always been big on Sewer. 50 points, 80 minutes with next to no attacking stats beside the tackle busts. You big fan?
Yeah, again, I almost thought about bringing in Jaden this year. He's such a big, great ball runner there, and the Dragons look like they're playing some very good football. The thing for me is Jaden's floor is probably around a 50. Like, I don't really see him going much lower, and he's such an attacking dominant player. So, loves an offload there, doesn't miss many tackles. Yeah, I think if you want a hot edge that could turn into a keeper, I do have a fair bit of interest, but saying that, I would go in Ali Katoa over Jaden Sewer.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, Katoa is 50k more, but you're paying for the premium with Katoa's floor being around his ceiling being around 80 points. Toby Couchman, one who we've got still got a lot of interest in. Clemmer did eat up a little bit of his minutes, and so did Stewart. But look, would you give him another week to see how the rotation plays out again, or would you just hop on the train right now?
Yeah, well, I do think that he got a little bit unlucky. Like there was a lot of injuries there, so it kind of ruined the rotation. And I think he's just playing such good football that he's gonna demand more minutes there. So for me, I think he's again one that I could see Tom Gilbert going straight to him. But I mean, it is a bit risky considering he's come off the bench now. But yeah, I don't know. Just I think it's neither here, like it's neither buy or avoid. It's buy if you want, avoid if you want. He could get to 750k. He could plot around 600k.
Yeah, user choice on Couchman there. Dylan Egan, one who was interesting last week, 46 points from 49 minutes. Look, if he can continue to get 45 to 50 minutes, I don't mind hopping on him now. I already own Stewart, which is stupid, so I won't really get Egan. But if you need a cash out option, Egan or Jenkins could be interesting. Damien Cook, another rubbish game for him, 67 minutes, for 2.5% of people that own him, get rid of him immediately. Same with the Bellin, not much really going for him. Minutes aren't there. Little off the bench with the try. Continue to avoid Val Holmes, a try and 41 points. Another mediocre game for him, similar to Gutherson. All these players are just avoids really from the Dragons.
Jacob Little,
Pappenhausen,
our
one
pod's
who's
playing some incredible football though. Pod from last year.
who's that?
Jacob Little, my pod from last year.
Yeah, he just needs a starting spot. With
Yeah, I know.
Damien Cook at the club, I don't think he's going to get it unless Cook gets injured or gets out of favour. But moving on, Pappenhausen, 40 points from 80 minutes at fullback with the try, which really helped him out. No real negatives, which is a good sign for him. But he's going to need the try to score well every week. And in the last two games, he's only got it at the end, so he's getting pretty lucky. Same with Munster, 39 points. It's not going for him. Look, I'd honestly look to sell him if you own him. Maybe give him one more week, see what happens. But there's so many better options. I'd look to move him on. Lockie Ilias, not much to say there. Stefano, look to sell. He's just going to continue to lose cash. Minutes aren't there for him. Um, Jack Howarth, another mediocre game. 26 points from 80 minutes. Six negatives, just no attacking stats. Continue to hold. I think the attacking stats will come. And break even's a bit high, but I think he can score over 41 this week, hopefully. And yeah, continue to hold. Mm. Hamish Stewart, one which I brought in stupidly. He's still got below break even. Minutes were okay. His PPM's normally a lot better than that. Are you worried if you own Stewart?
Yeah, I will be. I don't think we have enough sample size to see on Stewart as him really being a buy, considering the fact that it could have been a couple of anomaly games there, and they've kind of got a full forward pack now, especially with Clemmer there, who only played 25 minutes, but I would have liked to have seen a little bit more from Stewart. Definitely be holding him, but I think I'd hold him with caution.
Yeah, plug him away on your emergencies and see what happens. Wouldn't be playing him this week. Next game, Cowboys versus Raiders. One of the best games of a round, in my opinion. Cowboys finally got a win on the board. Good to see. Jake Clifford, or should I say Jonathan Thurston, 72 points from 80 minutes, two tries, a try assist, a line break, and a line break assist with three tackle busts and two turnover tackles. Absolutely amazing game from him. But think about it, if you take away all those attacking stats, I don't see him scoring much more than 40 to 45. But the two tries always help. But like you said before, Will, if you see Cleary having those kind of stats, he's scoring 100 plus. And Clifford, like I said before, if you get rid of those stats, he's not scoring much more than 40. Could be an interesting buy, but I'd buy with caution. Drinkwater, talk us through Drinkwater, Will, one who you've owned since the start of the season, and he's finally come good for you.
Yeah, I mean, it's finally happened. Lower break even now this week, so he'll be one that I'll be holding. This is the kind of the games we expect from Drinkwater. Again, not overly thrilled with his running meters in a game that they win. I feel like he should be running for more, but you see those goals there. He's a very good conversion kicker. I love his banana kicks, just like that around the post. But yeah, it is a game. We got that try assist, got the line breaks, couple offloads there, and yeah, I think that Scott, now that he's down to 600 odd K, he could even be a buy if you see the Cowboys look like they're playing better football, which they did. And we all know what Scott can do, and he can get in a roll just like the Cowboys can.
Yeah, I do agree. I'd probably wait to see again. It was at Country Bank, and Cowboys historically play well at Country Bank, so I'd see what happens when we're away, which will be this week. Joey Tarpanay, 61 points from 56 minutes with a try. I think he's going to continue to lose cash, and if he pumps out another score like that, he could be interesting, but for now, I'd hold off. Whoops. John Bateman, one who is interesting. He's been one of the worst players for the Cowboys this year. He's just making dumb errors and still pumps out 61 points. He had a period there when he was scoring no more than 30 to 40. And the tackles are up this week with 43, but four misses, 14 points of error, which could have seen him have 75 points. I'm going to continue to watch Bateman slash avoid Bateman, and I think everyone else should do the same. Jamal Fogarty, 55 points with no real attacking stats besides the try assist, 8 points in error. Still looking to be a decent option, but I think he'll continue to lose cash. Cotter. This was an interesting one. Cotter's finally got the big minute role, 72 minutes for 54 points. Cotter, I think he'll continue to lose cash, but if he continues to get those minutes, he could be a real interesting option. Would you agree?
Yeah, I think the problem with Cotter is that there's already so many mids there, but down 91K from his starting price, I think that he is a very interesting one that if he could maybe get a big minutes again, then he could score well. We didn't know what he can do. He is a fantasy gun and an origin player, but yeah, look, going elsewhere, you got Tamalolo back, so I didn't maybe think that his minutes could fall off again.
Yeah, just wait and see. Robson, a better game from him. He'll continue to lose cash, but if you own him, continue to hold. Tamale, one who saved me a bit there, was looking to score around. He was 8 points after 60ish minutes, and then finished with 50 points. Got the lucky try at the end and the two line breaks, which really helped him out. Tamale, 16 break even, continue to make money. Continue to hold. Probably wouldn't look to bring him in with all the other cheapy options, but continue to hold. Corey Horsburgh, 48 points with the sin bin, correct? Sin bin? But,
No, he didn't get a sim in this week.
oh, was that? Oh, another week. But, the minutes are still there for him. 60 minutes, just the points weren't there. Fair few errors. Um, So it's 12 points in error, which is unfortunate. Would have seen him have 60 points, which PPM of one. Continue to hold. He'll likely, yeah, continue to make money. Hopefully, he can average still 55 and he'll go up about 42K. So, yeah, continue to hold. Hudson Young. We've, I reckon Hudson Young is a good pod, but do you think he's a little expensive or do you still think people should bring him in for a cheaper edge, more expensive edge option?
No, I think he's still a very good point. Average of 56 there. I think Hudson's a very, very good player and has been playing incredibly well all season there. He has put up some extremely good scores there, Hudson Young. And yeah, I think he'll be a gun keeper there. He's gone a 66, a 50, a 64, and a 45. Like, he is incredible. I think yeah, if you want a good gun, I don't really think there's many edges to go off. So yeah, Hudson's a good one to go.
Hmm. Moving down here, Matty Nicholson, 42 points from 80 minutes. Really, it's not good enough, really. Look, 38 tackles, which is great. Just so many points of error, 12 points. Four missed tackles isn't good enough. Tackles are there, minutes are there. Hopefully the points can continue. Break even still lowish, might make a little bit of money, but wouldn't look to bring him in. Starling, one who for 56 minutes, I think those minutes are going to continue to decrease with Paddy being settled into the squad. I'd look to hold for another week if you still own him, but he could be looking at a sell in the next few weeks, depending on his minutes. Moving down here, Purdue 36 with no real attacking stats and a few negatives. Continue to hold. Um, no real fantasy options down here, so we'll move on. Next game. Talk us through this one, Will. You had an unfortunate one error, not error, but trading out McInnes for Haas. McInnes really hurt you with 75 minutes played in an injury-filled game. Hopefully, that can continue to happen for me, who owns McInnes as a pod. But talk us through this game.
Yeah, I feel like it was a pretty I'd say not expected result there with the doggies getting up and see Jacob Preston, he does his hold as well. No negatives there. He's an absolute gun on the edge. I would probably pick him over Hudson Young, but yeah, I think the difference between them is that Jacob has a better base. Yeah, Cameron McInnes hurt, injury infected game there. 58 average now. He's one to hold. Probably don't look to buy. Same with AFB, minutes inflated. He's a good hold. Wouldn't be looking to buy. Max King is just an absolute freak. If he got bigger minutes, he would be scoring monster points, but obviously he's not getting the big minutes. Nico Hines, I think this game was going to come. He didn't have many goal kicks, tackling well, but just no base stats there with the kick meters down. I think Nico is one that you kind of watch, and I hope he drops a bit more money, as I do believe he will. Josh Curran is actually one that I'm really interested in here. We all know what Josh can do when starting at that edge spot with the kick out and Saliti Tupanua out for a fair while there. I do think that Josh becomes a very, very good option there. No attacking stats here. Do you have any interest in Josh at all?
Yeah, I do actually. Mid-edge duel, which is always handy. Minutes are there and should continue to be there for the next few weeks. Would you pick Curran or Couchman for similar price?
I think I'm a bit 50-50 on both. I do think what's his face? They're both pods there. I do think that Curran has more of a solidified role. Like even if he's not going to come off and play on the edge, he's going to come on the middle and play 55 to 60 minutes where he scores massive points. But I think the doggies forward pack's better. So yeah, Couchman has to play bigger minutes. So I think it's just a flip of the coin. I would personally, if I had to, pick up Curran over Couchman just because of the role for the next couple of weeks with kick out being out for an extended period of time.
Yeah, I do agree. Blake Brayley, another decent tackling game. Rare for Brayley. So many missed tackles. This doesn't happen often. 14, 13 points in negative. You won't see that again all season. I don't know what happened with him. He's normally Mr. Consistent. But if you own him, which 4.5% do, continue to hold. I can't see that happening much again. So yeah, continue to hold him. Looking down here, not much to really talk about. Not many really fantasy relevant options. Just scroll. Yeah, nothing really fantasy relevant down there. We'll move on. Sea Eagles versus Eels. Offa Hangawi topping the charts with 60 points with the try. Coming off the bench still, wouldn't look to bring him in. Hopgood, another good game from him. 53 points. The only thing concerning me is the minutes. 57 minutes, well down from what he's been getting this earlier this year and last year. Would you be worried as a Hopgood owner seeing those minutes?
No, I wouldn't be necessarily worried as a Hopgood owner. I think he's pumping out the good scores there, and I do think that he is going to have to again score better, like play bigger minutes when they get more competitive, which I think they will when uh what's his face comes back, when Moses comes back. They have a very weak forward pack here. I just think it wasn't really a massive minute game for him. I'd definitely be holding, but I'd hold with caution if he keeps getting these minutes.
Yeah, I do agree. Simpkin had a good game. Oh, minutes just aren't there. Well, they're there enough. Break even of 15. I just think there's better cheapy options this week. Moving down here, Hamole, 44 points. Look, not really good enough again. 16 points of negative, which you take it. You definitely take a 60 from him, but his break even's at 57 right now. He's going to continue to lose cash. I'd probably jump off him while you can, or you reckon get another week out of him, or jump off him now.
I'd say definitely hold. I think you saw what he can do in the first game there, and for me, he's a definite hold.
Yeah, but he's not going to be running at Jackson Purdue every week, so I'd give him, if I owned him, I'd give him another week and then move him on to another better edge option. There's definitely a few. Um, Kitiona Kartoga, one who we had as our cheapy buy on our Instagram and didn't it pay off? 44 points from 80 minutes. The minutes are 100% there. Four negatives. And look, he's going to continue to skyrocket in price with a break even of zero. Would you still look to bring Kartoga in?
Yeah, well, I brought him in last week, and I think this week it's between him and Jenkins. It kind of depends what you want. He is a little bit more expensive than Jenkins, but has that edge cover. I do feel he has probably a more solidified spot now if Jack Williams being out than Jenkins does. Jenkins is on a better team. I think it's just a toss of a coin. I would probably lean towards Jenkins over Katoga this week, though.
Yeah, fair enough too. Moving on, Garrick, 41 points from 80 minutes. Still continue to hold. He'll make money. I don't think. I think his floor's around 40 and his ceiling's probably around 80. Oh, well, 97, which we saw a few weeks ago. But yeah, continue to hold Garrick. Waddell Lomax, Voids, Takiaho, not much to say there. I'm looking for one man here. Tommy Turbo, 8 points from 41 minutes, taken off at halftime. I think, is it a hamstring complaint once again?
Nah, it's MCL.
Oh, goodness me. So he'll be out for a little bit. Biggest sell of the week of the round, we'd say. So just looking up here. Iongi, another one. 28 points, an average of 26. It's really hard owning Iongi. Are you giving him another week? I feel like I've been saying that a lot, or are you just gonna get rid of him? This is it for you.
Yeah, I'm definitely giving him another week. I'm giving him until Moses comes. He looks like a good enough player for me. And if he gets that try assist at the very end that they called forward, he gets a 40 or 35 there. And for me, he ran the ball well. He's going to get a couple tackle bust there. He'll get try assist. I think I'm going to hold Aongi on my emergencies, maybe loop him in, and hope he can do well from there.
He actually looked good, like he was playing good. The just score wasn't there. I thought he had one of his better games of the season so far, but just the scoring wasn't there. And last game of a round, Tigers versus Warriors upset. Terrell May once again, 85 points. This guy's an absolute freak. Try saver, 48 tackles, one miss, three tackle busts, and three offloads, 200 meters ran. He's going to continue to do this. If you're dumb enough to still not own him, you must live under a rock. I don't know what you guys are doing. He's honestly probably getting too expensive. Look, would you honestly take, if you didn't own May or Haas, would you bring in May just because he's 140k cheaper?
Definitely, I think he's a must-have. I think the thing
Mm.
for May is he's a bit more like consistent. Like House is very consistent, but like I feel he just isn't a leader of the pack when House is the leader of the pack too. But I feel they got Carrigan there. They don't really have another amazing forward, so he has to play massive minutes. Like you saw this game, it was close. I know there's a couple injuries, but he played 80, and I don't really think you see House playing 80.
Yeah, that's phenomenal. Well, Haas did play 70-ish last 2 weeks ago, but playing 80 minutes as a prop is absolutely ridiculous. Props to Taylor May. Fanua Pole, 69 minutes. The minutes are up for him. 62 points with a try. Just for negatives. Look at that. 18 points of negative. That could have seen him have 80 points. I'm going to continue to avoid the try inflated, line break inflated. Too many negatives. Continue to avoid. Here we go. Alex Seyfarth, another good score again. Talk us through Seyfarth here, Will, because I know there are a few doubters in the first 2 weeks when he was scoring nothing.
Yeah, well, I mean, I plugged safe off all season long. He's probably my must-have of the year. He's gone 56 and 60. We all knew what safe off could do. It was a no-brainer in my decision. He went at 29. Charlie was absolutely telling me I suck at fantasy and I should quit. But I said, oh mate, just trust in safe off. I've trusted in him, and yeah, look, he's repaid us back. He's a good attacking weapon, runs a good line. He looks like he's brought his discipline in line a little bit more there. And I think his base was really there this game. He ran a line, and that ball that he passed to Stafford Toll was probably the best day of my weekend. So I'd still be looking to buy safe off, to be honest, with that mid edge duel.
Yeah, I agree. I've seen a few people looking to bring in Seyfarth, and with the break even of what, 16? Yeah, no issues with that at all. Chanel Harris Tavita, one who I've been personally talking about a lot, and people in our DMs asking for a pod around 450k. I've been recommending Channel Harris Tavita to everyone. Another great score. Look, I think he's still a great option. He's still cheap enough to make money, 10 break even. Seriously, this guy's really good. Look, a lot of teams have a lot of halves already, but if you want to fit one more in, Harris Tavita's your guy. Wade Egan, another good game from him, averaging 58, just getting a little expensive in my opinion. Aaron Clark, 49 minutes for 50 points. I just want to see Aaron Clark's minutes move to 60-ish. If so, he's going to be a great buy. Darker Toa, another good game from him. Try, no negatives, 2 points of negative. Running the ball well, tackle busting, yeah. Continue to, well, he's honestly still a buy. 386K, he's going to continue to make money. Still a buy. Mitch Barnett, 48 points, his best score of the year. Look, break even of 57, I'd still look to sell if you still own him. Metcalf, continue to hold. Fisher Harris, minutes are still there, continue to hold. Coruscant, for the 5% of people that own him, I'd honestly look to sell. He's just. What would you do with Coruscant if you owned him? He's getting a lot of minutes taken away by De Silva.
Yeah, I definitely do think he's a hold. I think he's so crucial for this side here. And I do think this is an anomaly of a game of him missing that many tackles. Like we all know that better forward pack, he shouldn't be missing as many tackles there. De Silva is playing well, but he's just so vital for this team here. And he's one of our
Hmm.
better forwards. So I do think that he'll bounce back and he'll get a couple of attacking stats there. So in my eyes, he's definitely a hold for at least another week.
Yeah, one who I'm also going to ask you about, Alex Twoll, getting only 39 minutes this week and six negatives. Would you be worried about Twoll, or do you think this is just a 1 week thing with the minutes being down?
I do think the rotation was a little bit screwed with Adam Dewey being a late scratching, and then you had what's his face Jack Bird coming in the centres. But yeah, I do think it is a little bit worrying. He has been doing quite well with an average of 48 there. I do think there's enough to hold him there. Twall's gonna never gonna be a player to get attacking stats, but yeah, look, he works his ass off. I think hold him one more week, and if he gets lower minutes again, sell him.
Yeah, I do agree. Um, Buller, look, another low week for him. He's going to continue to lose money. And uh, Jerome Luai, this was an interesting one. I still know a lot of people own him. 10% of teams own him, break even of 57. You just can't sell him soon enough. Averaging 31 this year, just nothing going for him, which is really interesting. I did not predict this, but sell him while you can. Jump off the Luai ship. Bird as well. 14% of teams still own him. What are you guys doing? Get rid of him immediately. Royce Hunt, he'll be similar. 17% of teams own him. They mustn't be updating their apples, updating trades because they must be living under a rock. That's it to start. We'll just do a team reveal. Well, not reveal, but show you guys how we're going. Here's your team. Will talk us through yours and what you're thinking for this week.
Yeah, well, I've been starting off pretty rough. Can you reload the app, please, quickly? I've made a couple changes.
Oh, that's my team now. I'm gonna have to log into yours.
Oh, sorry,
But
guys.
I'll just explain my team. I've personally made one change this week. I've got Thomas Kant in for Tom Gilbert. And if Thomas Kant gets the edge spot again, he's going to be in my team with Dylan Lucas and Kai Pierce-Paul out for a few more weeks, Dylan Lucas especially. I'm very interested in Kant. 8 break even, whopping game first week. He's going to be a good pod, and I'm just waiting for him to get that starting spot. But having a look here, the ranks are at 10.9K, so I'm dropping ranks every week, which is great. Or gaining ranks every week. What I will do, I'll swap Cole for Sandon Smith, and then that most likely be my final team for the week. Um, but yeah, that just about wraps us up for tonight. Do you have anything else to add, Will, before we close off?
Yeah, well, personally, when going to my team, I started off pretty shaky, but I'm back into 32K, which I'm pretty happy with. I made 14. I'm not happy with that rank, but I made 14K in ranks there, so I'm happy with that. The one move I may be looking at, there's a couple pretty early days, but it's Tom Jenkins in there, and again, I love him. I'm captain of Nathan Cleary this week, overpaying Haas and Terrell May. Call me stupid, but again, he's going to be hungry. Panthers are 1 from 3. I think you need him so vitally. And they have a decent matchup this week playing the Cowboys there. So for me, I am captaining Nathan Cleary. But yeah, not many other um Not many other stuff to say. What about you?
Yeah, not much really. Just check out our Instagram. We do short, more brief posts there, and we respond to everyone's DMs, which not many other creators do. So have a look at that. Feel free to ask any questions. We'll answer them as soon as we can. And check out our private group. All the members are doing well inside so far, and hopefully that can be you coming in at a discounted price for the rest of the season. But other than that, got nothing to say. Just check out our uh, Teamless Tuesday video tomorrow in our post and give the YouTube a follow on our road to 1,000 subscribers. So cheers, fellas. We'll catch you in the next one.
Yeah, see you guys. Have a good one.
See ya.